Alright, not sure if I got a good enough light, but we're winging it. So, today what I'm going to teach you is the popshuvit, right? Popshuvit is a basic pop, right? You swing with your back leg to bring the board around into a 180 spin, and you land back on the board, alright? First off, I'm going to go over is the stance. Okay? Stance of a popshuvit. You have the... Hold on, let's go over here. It's more light, I think. I lied. Okay. Popshuvit. You want to have your your back foot, towards the end of your skateboard. Okay? That way you have more grip on the board, and then when you go to swing the board, you don't have to waste as much energy swinging your leg back onto this place where you'll land on the board. Because if you put it back here, you're going to end up having to waste more energy and swing out your leg more, which then will make it even harder for yourself to put your leg back on when you land it. Alright? So there, it can be hanging off the truck, the little hang off, whatever. So you can get more of a pop, so that when you swing the board, you jump higher. And yeah, but that just swings back. Now let's talk about the front leg. Front leg, what you can do is I put it at a regular ollie position, where it's my heel is off the back, alright, and my toes just a little bit behind the front line, alright. Then I have my my foot behind the front two bolts. The first pair of bolts. Just like a regular ollie stance, basically. That's basically what it looks like. Just my front foot's my back foot's just a little bit off forward from the board, so that when you swing back, you can actually turn the whole board. Alright? And, basically, it's self-explanatory. You want to get a good pop out of the shove. So when you do pop, your board doesn't just scrape on the floor and turn itself. That's just a sloppy popshuvit. You want to get a good turn and at least 3 inches of air, so it looks like a clean popshuvit. That's just my preference, but yeah. So with my front foot, I sometimes, I don't do it a lot, but it's a tendency for me to push a little bit, just to help spin the board. And but yeah, when landing with your front foot, you got to be careful not to land towards the back or land too early on the back of the board, because while you're in mid-air, you'll just end up doing a leg kickflip, and that'll hurt your shin if you do that. Yeah. So basically, what a popshuvit looks like is, I don't know if this will work. I'll show you later, but this is what it looks like. Yeah, I don't think you could see that. But, I didn't even land it too. But, yeah. So also, when landing a popshuvit, you want to make sure you have a good stance, right? So, what I like to picture of myself while doing accomplishing the popshuvit is that I'm just taking a giant step forward. I'm just going to take my foot off. A step forward with this leg, right? Because when you do the popshuvit, you're not going to land in the same spot. You're going to land up a little bit forward. So I think of it as like just taking a step with my front foot down in front of me, so that when I do end up spinning the board, it's just right there getting ready to land. And then you'll instinctually, swing back your back leg onto the board. That usually, it's always your back leg that lands on the board in any trick. Unless it's like some nollie inward heel flip, then that's just like, retarded. But, anyways. Yeah. When, also doing the popshuvit, you want to have a nice solid stance. You don't want this little toothpick thing going on with your skateboard, because when you land like this, you might get it lucky and stick it and everything and then fix your stance later, but usually most of the times you're moving. So if you land like this, you're just going to slip forward, alright, or in any direction, because like this you have, I almost slipped just now. Like this, you have no grip on the board, you'll just slip. So it's always good to think. I like to just to think of myself doing the trick before I, accomplish it or do it. Actually, I don't know if you heard that before. Maybe I just butchered it. But, yeah, I think of myself landing, the step-by-step process, the mechanics, before I do any trick. I mean, it's just myself. I'm a little paranoid, so that's what I do. So what's going on is the pop, the spin, the giant step forward with my front leg, land it, nice stance, right? That's how I picture myself, and just ride off, okay? So let me show you what it looks like. Right there. I don't know if you can see me. Might not land it. There's a warning to all of you. If you see an edit, it's because I didn't land it. Laugh at me. I don't care. Oh. See, what I did there, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to... forget it. There. Alright. So you'll see, my feet didn't land exactly where I wanted them to. One didn't even touch the end of the board. But at least I got a solid stance, where I didn't slip and nothing. I didn't have to hold on to anything. My foot didn't land on one of the trucks and I lost balance. So you just want to end up with a good solid stance. So you just keep riding off, maybe fix yourself a little bit. You know what I mean? So a lot of the problems I hear besides that is that the toothpick thing is scraping on the floor when you're doing the pop shove it, where you just end up doing this, or like just a slight scrape. Usually that's just because you're not popping hard enough, because in the end your foot is basically, this trick is basically just an ollie 180, just without your body turning. So you just want to get a good pop out of this board, bring your front foot up, just a big step, just think of it as an ollie. This back part, don't even worry about it going up into the air. At least if you get a good pop out of it, just spring up a little bit, you'll get it. It's pretty easy. And just land it. Alright, stick it, make it buttery, make it clean, make it awesome. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching.